Hello, everyone. Welcome to our second edition of Immunotec Talks. As you might have heard from the first one, which we've got great feedback on, which Mauricio talked about, introducing all the multiple channels that we have to talk to you, to communicate with you, and also to bring you all these assets to help you grow your Immunotec business. We are today welcoming a very special guest. And she is from Florida, United States of America. She has a very high rank. She's a diamond in the business. She was a leadership award winner in 2021. She was a rising star speaker at Immunotec's convention in 2022. And she has a great performance in not only just welcoming customers in our business, but retaining customers in our business. So please welcome Dena Holmes.
Hey, Raj, it's great to be here. I'm just as excited as you are. When I heard that this was launching, I thought, man, what a great move on Immunotec. I was a huge fan of these episodes before, but like everything, it's going to be bigger and better this time. So thanks for having me.
Hey, welcome, and thanks. Really appreciate you joining us today, Dena. And taking the time out. I know you could have been out there and you could have got some more customers today and you could have built a bigger business, but you chose to share the secret of your success with all of us at Immunotec. And we are so thrilled to have you on this very important podcast. Let's start with your story. Everyone has a story, and you have a pretty powerful story about, how you joined the Immunotec business and what inspired you to be part of the Immunotec family. So please share with everyone your story.
Well, it started back during the pandemic. It was June 2020, and I was introduced to the product and blown away by the science, I have to say. Finding a product in the natural health world that has as much science-based evidence as Immunocal, it doesn't exist. So that was very impressive to me. And I turned into a raving fan for about 6 months. I wanted nothing to do with the business, but I was very happy to tell other people about this amazing product that I was taking because I love helping people. And so I would just keep sending them back to the person who referred me. And after about 6 months, the business really did make sense. And that was about January 2021. So for about 2 years now, I've been working the business and I've never looked back.
Wow, Dena, that is so impressive. It was also impressive to see Immunotec was one of the companies, and that inspired me tremendously. As a lot of things came to a freeze during the pandemic, Immunotec was marching forward, opening markets, and it was just an inspiration for me. And like you, I just need to reflect on this one piece that you said, which was the science behind our products, the innovative, the reflection on that I have on the products as well as the features and benefits. It's just remarkable. So kind of building on that, Dena, in such a short period of time, from that period to now, you have seen tremendous success through your love of the product, and you're a product of the product. When did you realize that customers were an integral part of your business?
Raj, this is a little embarrassing, I should say, to admit, but it's only been in the last several months that I really started to embrace the strategy of getting more customers. And sadly, as other times in my life, I had to learn the hard way because what I found is that I was trying to put everybody in this box of buying a consultant package, but that wasn't meeting their needs. And so I was actually losing sales because I was trying to have them purchase what I wanted them to buy, not really what they needed. So shame on me. And I started to really, say to myself, I need to look at our customer program better. But at the same time, Immunotec updated their Living Better rewards program. And that really impressed me. I was excited. So I started to pay much more attention to customers because now I understood the benefits to the people that I was talking to, how I could, in a sense, sell a customer program to them. And I understood what it did for my business. So yeah, probably the last several months.
Dena, thank you for sharing that. You're a perfect example of somebody who started with building belief in the product, and then you build belief in the company, and that helped you build belief in yourself, and you're welcoming others, and you're being so inclusive and introducing customers to our business. Because they come in for the love of the product, and you figured out the sweet spot of how to bring so many new customers through our products, which kind of leads me to the next question, which is really around, hey, we all know who are the two most important people in our business, right? The new person who walks through the door of Immunotec and the new customer, and they are vulnerable, and they get a lot of input from a lot of people all around through social media, as well as their friends and neighbors. So how do you not only attract them, but how do you retain customers? Tell us about that, Dena.
Okay. As far as attracting customers, my most powerful strategy, the biggest secret I have to share with you, with everyone listening today, is truly identifying what it is that this person needs and what solution do I have available at my fingertips to provide for them. Raj, I used to look at someone and kind of have dollar signs in my eyes. How can this person help my business? But now I have shifted. I now focus solely on them. And whether I get a sale out of it or not, I let that go. And I think about, how can I help this person? And that mindset, that shift in my mindset has given me so much success in these last few months. And I am prospecting not only on social media. I know I've done training for the company on social media. I love social media, but I also find customers person to person. Raj, I'm actually quite heavily involved over these last few months in networking opportunities within the community where I live. And I also do some cold calling to people, to healthcare professionals in particular. We have a tremendous product line that many healthcare professionals love. So why not hear about it from me? So I'm using those three strategies: social media, networking in my community, and healthcare professionals to find customers.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing this with everyone, Dena. And we hope that the listeners are taking copious notes on what you're saying, because this is powerful and this is real stuff. And something you said over there, which stayed with me, was you identify the need of the person and you go for the need of the individual. And that becomes the sole purpose of your bringing the product into their lives. And I think that's a fundamental difference in how a lot of people approach their customers. So how do you think having a strong customer base has helped you build a large Immunotec business?
Well, I do want to circle back as well, because that ties hand in hand with the other question you asked about retention. Retention and this improving my business goes hand in hand. So how have I been able to keep customers to continuing to buy? I want to share with everyone the strategy that I've used, because I'm a checklist person. That's just how I operate. I like lists. I like checklists. And so for every new customer I have, I literally have a checklist that I create. I track it on my phone, and I know I want to continue to love on them. So I need to make sure that I have explained fully our customer program Do they know about ordering on auto ship that they can maximize their 25% discount? Do they know about our bundle packages so that they can earn free products? Do they understand the free points and that these points are going to expire after 90 days? So I'm dripping on them. I'm not giving them all of this information at once because I don't want to overwhelm them. But what happens is I'm continually building the know, like, and trust factor in a time of the world where that is more important than ever before. Part of my checklist, I have a private Facebook group that is just for my customers and my prospects. I make sure I eventually send them an invitation. Hey, I'd love to continue to share healthy living tips with you. Please become part of my private Facebook group. I also have an email list. I send out email correspondence. Email is not dead. Email is still a very powerful tool to occasionally send someone a personal email, let them know you appreciate them, you appreciate their business, and something cool about one of our products that they haven't tried before or a promotion. They will get the company emails, but I still feel like correspondence directly from me helps as well. And then on my checklist, I also ask for referrals. I have found that my customers give me fantastic referrals. And I also make sure they understand the referral link, because we know, Raj, like so many companies have these referral links, and it's a great way to lower your cost. And some of our own team consultants, I think of one, she's a soon to be gold leader, Elaine Kern. She has maximized her 20% customer volume bonus, and her entire strategy is enrolling customers always by using an existing customer's referral link. It's a tremendous strategy because that existing customer is so grateful that you thought of them, and it plants the seed that, hey, you need to be sharing this link with your friends and family. So thank you to Immunotec for providing our customers with a referral link. It's great for them. It's great for us. And that has helped tremendously with retention. And just a pro tip I want to throw out there too is I actually time block my calendar, and I will have twice a month where I have an hour or an hour and a half that is dedicated solely to my customers, that I'm making sure I am slowly checking the boxes off this checklist to make sure my customers know me, they like me, they trust me, and they want to keep working with me and buying from me. So that's been a huge benefit as well. And then, to answer your question as far as how this has helped my business, that was your question, right?
Yes.
I need a Cogniva. Okay. Yeah. So it has helped in so many ways. The Living Better Rewards program is fantastic. And now that I understand it, it has given me confidence to approach people with excitement and enthusiasm. It has taken away, a lot of times people will say to me, well, Dena, how do you get over the objection of it's too expensive? When you get that out of your mind, number one, that helps. Our products are not overly expensive. Go shop around some of the other stuff. It's extremely cost competitive. And if you understand these various ways that they can spend less, you understand the customer packages that give pre-product, you understand the $20 credit they can get, you understand the referral link, that gives you more leverage to explain it with confidence, and they pick up on that then, and they're more apt to buy. So it's helped my business to really grow and become more stable. And it's helped my business because I have been able, with the help of Immunotec, to teach this strategy to my team. A lot of team members felt very overwhelmed just trying to solely focus on business partners. And when our team started to focus more on customers, it was like this sigh of relief, right? Like, okay, I can do this. I can talk to somebody, and maybe it's not just solely about Immunical, because maybe that's not exactly what the purpose or the person needs right then. Maybe they need to start with some Cogniva or some K21 or an energy booster. And so I felt that it's helped my personal business, but also so much of our team. It's become more stable and really giving us even more joy, as corny as that may sound, but we're loving it and we're having fun.
That's awesome and very inspiring. There are so many nuggets to take from what all you said. And for me, I think the big picture is that the belief that you're building in customers and through the love of the product is only going to bring the best consultants. I've always said this, and I know from my experience that your best customers will produce your best consultants because they've already built a strong level of belief in the product and they've introduced others to it and they know the product is absolutely phenomenal and it gives you all the features and benefits that we claim it to have. And there's nothing more powerful than that, and nothing more powerful than you forming that very strong connection with your customers because they're going to be loyal to you. They are coming in and they are trusting you. One thing which also I want you to comment on, Dena, is as you approach new people, there are going to be several objections, right? And you said you have a checklist and you go through that. But in terms of objections that you hear, what are the most common ones, and how do you overcome those?
Great question. So at the time of this recording, it's the first quarter of 2023, right? And the world's a bit different right now. People are being very cautious as to what they're spending their money on. So once I identify their need, I have found I really need to work with them that allows me to find a product that meets their need, but also meets their budget or what they are personally comfortable with spending monetarily, right? So even if that means I can't sell them what I personally think is the best combo of products that I want them to be taking, that's okay. Because I have learned, Raj, that it's best to nurture the relationship, even if it means starting them a little small, maybe just on one product. Because when you're a raving fan, like most of us are, we want them to have, you need Immunocal and you need Booster and you need Cogniva and K21, and we can really overwhelm people, or maybe it's just not the right time that they can't afford all that right now. So nurture the relationship. Starting them off small is okay. And as we continue to build that relationship, Raj, I'm telling you, it's amazing to see how then they're more willing to try additional products and even spend more money because now they know I truly care about them and I want to help them on a personal level. So it has taken what could be that main challenge of, oh, I can't afford this, or not sure I want to spend my money on this right now. And it's really, really helped to remember that starting small is okay and letting them know up front, I'm going to find something for you that's going to meet your need and fit your budget. Let's get to work. Let's do that, and it's been a success.
That's amazing, Dena. That's so happy to hear you say that. And I'm sure everybody is benefiting so much from the invaluable lessons that they're hearing from you, because I truly believe everything starts and begins with trust, and the trust that you build with people, and that trust comes through consistent actions. And they start believing in you, and they start believing in the product, and then you're opening the doors to them to all the other products in the whole world. So
I totally agree. And I just got to tell you this one quick story real fast. This customer of mine, she started off on a bag of Cogniva, and that was it. And it has just turned into now her taking not only Cogniva, but the Immunocal, the Booster, her husband's getting on Sport, and it's just going from there. So I wanted to give a practical example to tell you that, guys, this works.
That's awesome. That's great. Hey, Dena, this is so enjoyable. I can go on and on, but I know that that we are coming to the almost to the end of our conversation. But I do have a final question for you, which is, which is really, how do you? We talked about retention, which we know is so important, right? How do you keep your customers engaged and active during the process, and what is the key to that?
Making sure I understand your question. Engaged in the process before they become my customer, or would you say after? Is that more the question?
I think it's more after, when they are already your customers. How do you keep them active? I'll give you an example. Hey, Immunotec is bringing a new product in, right? And it's kind of easier sometimes to just go back to your old customers with a new product, right? To keep them active and engaged. In your world, how do you do that?
In my world, I really love in on that private Facebook group of mine. Most people are on Facebook, and it helps them to be part of a community. People love the community aspect. Like, you think about brands like Apple, people buy Apple products because of their loyalty to the brand. And I want them to appreciate there is a brand behind Immunotec. That healthy living, it's not just a logo, but it's really the philosophy behind our CEO, our corporate team, and our product development, everything. And people that are attracted to our products are interested in filling a need that they have, whether you're an athlete, whether you're a stay-at-home mom who's buying organic products. And when I continue to build our relationship through that Facebook group or through an email or a phone call, it really does help them to stay excited about what they're using. Even if it's simply sharing an article, Raj, something that I found on glutathione on the web, like, hey, awesome, check out this. I've talked to you about glutathione. You're going to love this article. That helps them, that I'm staying on the top of their mind. And so is Immunotec, knowing that Immunotec is leading the way. They are the pioneers when it comes to healthy living and optimizing glutathione. And that's a special team to be part of. And they want to stick with that community and be part of our tribe.
Powerful. Very, very powerful. Dena, that was very well said. And, this has been so enjoyable to just kind of have this conversation with you and get this word out to everyone. And there's so much to take from the conversation that we've just had. It's a learning thing for me as well, from you, in terms of how you approach it and how you actively engage consumers and customers, and not only that, how do you retain and keep growing that base of customers? Because sincerely, so that demonstrates the health and sustainability and profitability of your business. So thank you again, Dena, for being with us and having this very honest and frank conversation, and really, really wishing you the very, very best for rest of 2023 and for building your long-term Immunotec business. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raj. The pleasure has certainly been all mine.
Take care.
Haremos que febrero sea aún más encantador. ¿Conoces el dicho, las parejas que viajan juntas permanecen juntas? Pues no podríamos estar más de acuerdo. En honor al Día de San Valentín y a nuestro próximo viaje de incentivo Exventure 2023, queremos darte a ti y a esa persona especial la oportunidad de asistir juntos a Punta Cana. ¿Estás listo para obtener tu viaje para dos a la República Dominicana? Para ayudarte a alcanzar este objetivo, durante todo el mes podrás sumar créditos dobles. Eso significa que inscribir nuevos consultores o registrar nuevos clientes en febrero es el doble de emocionante. Recibe hasta un máximo de 6,000 créditos como bono especial. Por ejemplo, inscribe a 3 nuevos consultores, 2,000 BP, y recibe 6,000 créditos más un bono de 6,000 créditos. Es decir, un total de 12,000 créditos. Inscribe 12 nuevos clientes, 250 BP, y recibe 6,000 créditos más un bono de 6,000 créditos. Es decir, un total de 12,000 créditos. Para maximizar tus bonos, también puedes registrar un mix entre nuevos consultores y clientes. Nuestra promoción de dobles créditos es válida del 1 al 28 de febrero de 2023. ¡Nos vemos en Punta Cana!